Hi, today I'm going to take you through a short, compassionate morning sequence. This is for those mornings where you really want to get some movement, some compassionate self-care in, but you're a little bit short on time. So let's just get started straight away. Just coming to the back of the mat, planting the feet nice and firmly, feeling the hold of the bottom of the foot across the mat, drawing up through the kneecaps, the quads, just feeling into the pelvis a little bit, drawing the shoulders back and down. Palms can be facing inwards or forwards, head up. Taking a deep breath here. And on the exhale, just starting to drop chin to chest, we're going to start to do some spinal rolls. Allow your shoulders and your spine to really naturally curve in, and we're going very, very slowly, bending the knees, letting the weight of your arms start to pull your spine downwards. Just going vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down, just as far as you naturally go, and then pressing your feet into the mat, slowly rolling back upwards again, thinking about being like a little cinnamon bun, or unrolling some kind of curvy sweetie or something when you were a child. Gradually straightening it back out again until you're back up. Head up towards the ceiling. Let's cross right arm over left. Wrapping the arms around, giving yourself a little hug, inching your fingertips towards your shoulder blades, just looking up towards the ceiling. Sternum reaches up. And exhale, bend the knees, slight curving back forwards again. We're going to come back down into that spinal roll, keeping those arms there this time, just until you reach a natural point of resistance, and then let the arms drop, calming back down, pressing the feet into the mat, slowly unrolling again, tucking the pelvis under, gradually bringing each vertebrae back on top of the other, straightening out the legs, shoulders back, head up. Let's bring left arm over right now, inching those fingertips round, little back bend, looking up towards the ceiling, and exhale, bend the knees, curving in on yourself, gentle roll down. Letting the weight of the upper body take you down, releasing the arms, and this time let's start to pad the hands forward, calming down into all fours on the mat, releasing the toes, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, gentle cat-cow, dropping the belly, lifting the head, lifting the gaze. Exhale, pushing the spine away from the mat, pressing into the mat with the fingertips, with the tops of the feet. Just moving with your breath, articulating through the spine. Doesn't have to be static, you could move in circles. You could go side to side. Feel into the sticky bits of the spine in your night's sleep. Let's take one more round. And then pad those hands forward a bit further, keeping knees over hips, dropping the forehead down to the mat. Just think about spreading the fingertips wide and broadening the shoulder blades, curling the underarms in towards each other. Lower body is relaxed. This puppy stretch. Take 3 big breaths into the upper back here. Walking the hands back in slowly. Coming back up onto all fours. Let's lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Dipping it through underneath the left, looking towards your left shoulder. Let's take that twice more. Exhale, little twist. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. Bring that shoulder down. Thread the needle. Maybe walking the left hand up towards the top of the mat. Maybe even walking those fingertips across the top of the mat a little bit, pressing into that bottom arm so that you can turn your shoulders a little bit more to the left. Big breath in here, relaxing the lower body. Walk those hands back, lifting up, open to the right. Bring that arm down, taking the little wiggles, lifting the left hand up to the ceiling and diving underneath, looking towards the right shoulder twice more. Opening up, twisting under, opening up, and twisting under. Take one more open, and then bring that left arm down. Left ear comes to the mat, walking those right fingertips up towards the top of the mat and maybe across to the middle of the mat a little bit more, pressing into the hand, pressing into the arm underneath to open the shoulders to the right. Taking a big breath here. Walking the top arm back, lifting back up, open up. Take any little wiggles and then walk forward onto your belly. Just make a little pillow for your forehead. We're going to widen the knees as wide as the mat, bringing the feet up towards the ceiling, slightly flexed, dropping the heels to one side and dropping them to the other. Maybe starting to think about what kind of day you would like to have. How would you like to take care of yourself during this day? What will nourish you? What will sustain you? What kind of things would you like to be saying to yourself today? Let's just straighten those legs. Bring them back together again. Just releasing the legs onto the mat. Take one breath here. And then bringing hands under the shoulders, pressing yourself up. Coming to take a seat. We're just going to bring the feet out in front of us, just wider than the hips. Hands can go just behind you, lifting the feet up onto the heels, dropping both knees over to the right, and then dropping both knees over to the left. So similar to what we were doing down on our tummies, now we're doing in a seated position. And next time your knees go over to the right, we're going to turn the upper body as well, facing towards that right knee. And then coming over to the left and looking towards that left knee, feeling that nice stretch through the back leg. Let's take that once more. Rolling over to the right. And maybe this time you could even walk the hands a bit more to the right. Little bit of a twist there. Rolling over to the left. Maybe walking the hands over to the left, taking a little bit of a twist. And coming back to center. Let's cross the legs, but stacking the legs, bringing the right leg in front of the left, pressing the hips down into the mat, feeling nice and long in the spine. Just walk those right fingertips out, left arm up to the ceiling, coming over in a side bend. Arm back to center, left arm down, right arm up into a side bend. Let's take that once more on each side. Coming to the right again, right hand down, left arm up, over into a side bend, and then just bring that hand behind the back of the head, cradling the base of the skull, and just see if you can open slightly more to the left, looking up towards the ceiling. Head is cradled in the hand, keeping the neck nice and long, opening up that left side of the body. Deep breath in here. Let's release that top arm. And we're going to pivot the upper body now towards this right knee, walking the hands forward, taking a long stretch, keeping the hips heavy on the mat, stretching all the way from the hips, through the right side of the hip, to the fingertips. And then walk the fingertips forward, just letting the arms relax, maybe letting the head drop and the back naturally round, taking 3 breaths here. Starting to walk the hands back in. Let's just change the cross of the legs. Bringing the left fingertips out to the side, right arm up, nice straight spine, coming over into a side bend, keeping that right hip down on the mat, coming over, side bend to the right. Once more on each side, moving with your breath. This time, left hand down, right arm up and over, feeling into that side bend, then bringing the right hand to the back of the head, cradling the back of the head, turning open to the right, head is resting in the hand, neck is long, opening the right side of the body, big breath. Release that right arm, pivoting towards your left knee, walking the fingertips forward, taking a long stretch, keeping your hips and your pelvis heavy on the mat. With a really active stretch. And then walking the fingertips forward till you're facing forward. Relax the arms, relax the head, relax the upper back. 3 big breaths. How do you want this day to go? How do you want to nourish and care for yourself today? What does going through this day in a compassionate way look like, sound like, feel like? Let's press the hands into the floor to slowly come up again. Coming up to seated, finding an easy cross-legged pose. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe bringing a hand over the heart, a hand over the belly. Checking in again. What does self-compassion sound like today? We're often very, very bad at speaking compassionately to ourselves. But sometimes it can be useful to think about how you would speak compassionately to someone else, maybe a child, a friend, a colleague. And then see if you can tap into that tone for yourself today. What do you need to hear at the start of the day? Just take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth with a big sigh. Blinking the eyes open, hands rest on the knees. I hope this morning practice helps you to feel a little bit looser and give you a more positive start to your day. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon.